Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our monthly marketing meeting. I'm Sean Bailey, editor-in-chief of the Horsesmouth. I'm here with Devin Kropp, associate editor, who also heads up our advisor-client turnkey marketing program. And each month, we get together and talk about what it is that should be on your plate regarding marketing for the next really 4 to 8 weeks. And, in many ways, we don't want to tell you what to do. We want to tell you exactly what to do. And it's holiday season. And so we're going to start off our November monthly marketing meeting broadly discussing holiday gift ideas for clients and maybe even holiday events. And then we're going to get down to the more detailed nitty gritty, what you must be doing now in September and October to finish strong for the year, continue to be pushing all your marketing activities right through to that last client meeting in the last day of the year, probably. So Devin, let's start broadly. We're talking about holiday gifts, gift ideas for clients. What do you got for us?
Yeah, so it's the season to really be thinking about holiday gifts. And I know a lot of advisors out there kind of have their standby gifts that they send every year that their clients love. So if you have something that you have sent out in the past that was a hit, let us know in the comments for sure. We love to hear some new, fresh ideas. But just to start off, I would say the first holiday we have coming up is Thanksgiving. And I know a lot of advisors will send out gifts around Christmas and Hanukkah and New Year's, but sometimes Thanksgiving is kind of, forgotten. And you can really stand out, I think, by sending a nice Thanksgiving gift. I remember one of our master members said that he actually sends a turkey to all of his clients every Thanksgiving, which is great. But if you're going to do something like that, and he said this too, like you have to do it every year, because if you don't send the turkey and they're relying on that turkey for Thanksgiving dinner, they're not going to be very happy. But I thought that was really creative. That could be, maybe a lot, but you could also do like a pumpkin pie or an apple pie for Thanksgiving dinner. That's a really nice touch too. There are a ton of, online places you can go to order pies and have them delivered, or if you have a favorite bakery in your area, to order them and have them delivered. I know another advisor too would have them delivered to his office and then invite all of his clients to come in and pick the pie that they wanted. It was a good way to see everyone's face before the holiday too, and just have that extra touch to come into the office. You could do it that way as well. If you're unsure of what flavor people love, you can order kind of a variety and have people come in and pick them for Thanksgiving, or that could work for, any of the other winter holidays too. Pie is always good for all those holidays. So people love pie, but that's what I was thinking kind of for Thanksgiving. Obviously that's only a few weeks away now. So really need to get on that if you want to kind of do a Thanksgiving gift, but it is one way to kind of stand out from all of the holiday cards and gifts that people might be getting, in December, closer to Christmas and New Year's.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There was somebody who actually kind of decided to kind of skip the Christmas, Hanukkah, end of the year stuff and just say, all right, he's going to, emphasize Thanksgiving every year, which has seemed to, like you were saying, stands out. It's a little different. And there's no one else or a few others other than family members that are taking that opportunity to recognize people in their lives during this holiday season. So, but Devin, on this topic of pies and food and all that sort of stuff, there's this website Goldbelly. Do we have that up?
Yeah, so here it is. This is a really cool website where food from all around the country to be delivered anywhere. A lot of the top restaurants participate in this and have some of their stuff for sale where you can order it and have it delivered. It's really seamless because you just put in the address and they take care of everything from there. And so if you have, clients who maybe move from a different area and are missing some of their home food, you can go in and find a restaurant that was where they used to live. Or if you have a favorite place and maybe it's far away from where you live, you can also have all of that delivered to your clients too. And there are some really cool and good options here. If we go through quickly, you can see we have a whole Thanksgiving section. So again, we were talking about pies. You could go and send Thanksgiving pie
Not your
your
grandma's
clients.
pie.
Yeah.
No. Huh? What do we
So you'll
got?
see they have, Junior's cheesecake in New York. They have a pumpkin pie cheesecake. That sounds really good. A lot of other pies up here too that you could go
Yeah.
through and send.
Ooh, the sweet potato
Yeah.
pecan pie. That looks good.
So
Uh,
there's a lot here you can go through. And again, if you did want to go the turkey route, it looks like they also have full turkeys you could send through Gold Belly too.
and turduckens. That means
Yeah.
they've done all the deboning for you. Huh.
Fried turkeys. Yeah, there are a
Fried turkey.
lot of options here. So this could be a really good option, not only for Thanksgiving, but as we go through, you can see that there are a ton of different options. I even have like meal kits you could send out to clients.
Yeah,
From
let's have a look at some meal kits. Top chief chef experiences. All right. What do we got there? Brown butter lobster roll kit. All right, forget about the lobster roll. Seafood gumbo. That's
Mhm.
interesting. Hummus spread. That's a tasty little thing. Gramercy Taverns mushroom lasagna. Wow. Yeah, so they're Gold Belly because they're hooked. They're aligned with all these, big famous restaurants that are known for their classic dishes. What do we got by region?
So say we go to the Northeast, you can see we have, some New York bagels, Junior's
Ooh, yeah.
cheesecakes.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
I know I've ordered from, I think Russ and Daughters, which is pretty famous New York City
Yeah.
kind of bagel and lox place. I know they participate with Gold Belly, so that's always tasty too.
Legal seafood chowder there. Probably be pretty good.
Yeah, there's really good stuff here. I see Carl said in the comments he's had good luck with Gold Belly. But when you have service issues, there is no phone service, only email. That's good to know. A lot of places have kind of changed to email only service. Right. But yeah, I will also add, I've ordered through them before and it was a pretty seamless experience for me too.
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end a number of times and it's good stuff. So what do they got in our gifts and occasions there?
So we can go to holidays. There's Thanksgiving and Hanukkah listed here. You can also do gifts by occasion. So iconic food gifts. We can take a look there. But they have
the cheesesteak. Yeah, that's a Philly cheesesteak. I wonder what that'd be like getting shipped, but
me too.
That's a Pat cheesesteak. It's rated 4.9.
Yeah.
$109 for 4 of them. I know Pat doesn't get that price for them, but hey, it's the real thing, I guess. Oh, and there's Jim's, his competitor. Arthur Bryant's barbecue, breads, Momofuku. All right. Wow, I'm getting hungry looking at all this. Okay, so friends, if you don't know about Gold Belly, but you are in the business of sending interesting gifts to your clients every year, we're glad to have made your acquaintance with Gold Belly. What else, Devin, do we got to talk about here on the topic of holiday sweets?
Yeah, so some other, and you could probably get some of this through Gold Belly too, or your local kind of bakeries and places. But like cookies and cakes and pies always make a nice holiday gift too. I know like Carousel Cakes is pretty popular, and you can have them deliver cakes throughout the country. I also know some advisors like to kind of make homemade cookies for Christmas and send those out too, which can be really nice. One advisor I spoke to a few years ago would kind of do those like cookie kits where they would take a mason jar and put all the ingredients in there. Maybe it was like their family recipe and they were sent those out to clients or had clients come in and pick them up and made the cookies on their own, which is also nice. But again, you might want to have these delivered around Christmas or Hanukkah or New Year's as kind of just an extra little treat for the holidays. Those are always really popular with people.
Yeah, for sure. Good. Gourmet chocolates is another topic, I suppose. Why don't you go ahead and type in cookies or chocolates in Gold Belly? I'm curious to see on the cookie front. North America's greatest chocolate chip cookies were made by a place right down the street from us in Manhattan. I'm curious whether they have them in there. Ooh, those Brooklyn
Those
blackout.
look good.
Ooh, yeah, a tin of those. Wow, that looks good. What do they got on the chocolate chip front?
Let's see. We're all type in chocolate
Stand
chip
donut.
cookies and see what comes
Yeah.
up.
All right. Southern Stan's Donuts. That's big in Chicago. Jackie Torres chocolate. Now that's looking good there. Oh, look at that, Lou. Wait, what's the one next to it? Lou.
Oh yeah, you can get some deep dish pizza and cookies.
Oh,
All in one.
I love the cookies, the deep dish pizza. Come on. We all know that's quiche masquerading as pizza. Come on. All right. Anyway, ooh, that's another pile of cookies. All right, I'm getting really hungry here. Should we move on?
Yeah, we can talk about another option. A lot of people go with our drinks too. So a nice bottle of wine or champagne for Christmas or New Year's. And then also like non-alcoholic options if you want something family friendly or you have clients who, aren't drinkers. There are really nice gourmet like hot chocolate and coffee and tea sets. I know William Sonoma's sells a lot of them and they're really kind of these nice looking tins with the coffee or the hot chocolate in it. There's also these kind of cool hot chocolate sticks. I actually got this as a gift last year. I think they were from a website called Uncommon Goods. And it was actually like a full piece of chocolate with different flavors. So some of them had like candy cane on it or peanut butter or marshmallows. And then you heat up the milk and you take this chocolate on the stick and you stir it in the heated milk and make your hot chocolate that way. So that can be kind of a nice little gift package too, family friendly. And I mean, who doesn't love hot chocolate around Christmas and New Year's when it's cold out? So that is a nice kind of different gift to something like that.
Yeah, I would. A few years back, I received from my advisor a bottle of wine that had been labeled, by the advisor, and also the advisor wasn't a wine drinker, and the wine was terrible. So if you're going to give wine to clients and they like wine, I would say, steer away from the white label stuff, even though there's plenty of great wine out there. And, be sure to send something that you have high authority that it's a good wine. Otherwise, if you're white labeling, some plunk, not so good. Not such a good idea.
Yeah. And speaking of websites that deliver, I don't think Goldbelly does alcohol. I could be wrong, but Drizzly is one of kind of feel like came out during the pandemic that everyone was using. But you can order alcohol to be delivered anywhere using that. And also, I think since the pandemic, a lot of liquor stores have also kind of stuck to their delivery idea too. So if you have a local business you want to support, you can probably go through them too. But Drizzly is that online site where you can have wine delivered or alcohol of any kind delivered.
Right. Yep. I also know there are some nonprofit organizations or some bakeries that do client gifts, but they're geared toward giving their profits to some nonprofits, like some women's shelters, things like that. So you can actually cover two bases, because we're going to talk in a little bit about charity, but you can kind of cover two things at once: delivering the gift to the client and also making a charitable gift by running the gift through the charity that's in that business. But I don't have any specific names for that.
That's great. Actually, I worked with a company. I think they're a bakery located in DC, but they ship anywhere, and they are a bakery that hires wounded veterans after they come back from serving and help to get them back in the workforce and with their rehab. And so they make really tasty cookies and treats that you can order through them, and they ship nationwide, I believe. And the proceeds obviously go back to helping wounded veterans get back into the workforce and that. So there are a ton of things like that, which is great because, again, we're going to talk about charity, and you can give something that is nice for your clients to eat or drink, and again support a charity that's really close to you.
Right. And so what our next topic, moving on under this broad heading of holiday gifts for clients, includes, right, holiday decor, wreaths,
Right.
points.
Wreaths, poinsettias, candles, ornaments. Those are always um, kind of welcome. I was reading something online where an advisor actually created like personalized frames for all of their family members of, family households that they sent out. So the frame would have the family's name on it, and, they could put in, a nice holiday picture, a picture that they liked. That was really well received by their clients, because it was, something different, and it had, the family's name on it. Everyone wants to display pictures of their family. So that was used really nicely. I read something else about, kind of custom ornaments. If you go on like a website like Etsy, you can kind of have these different designers create these custom ornaments with the family name on it. And then again, there's also some really nice kind of small business candle owners out there. Wreaths and stuff like that are always festive things to send along too. So you can get really creative with the kind of decor like that. I would say anything like that, you want to kind of steer away from having like your logo all over. People aren't going to necessarily want to display that, but if you can make it really personal to your client or that family, that's something that they're going to probably hold on to forever.
Yeah, my parents a few years back, they live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and they were big NC State Wolfpack fans. And there was somebody who would create wreaths with, the total theme of, NC State Wolfpack. And so they really love that, and they still put it out every year. So those kind of personal touches can go a long way to having you be remembered. All right. What else, Deb?
And lastly, just thinking about kind of giving back during the holiday season too. So if you don't necessarily want to send out, a physical gift to all of your clients, especially if your clients are really charitably inclined. A lot of advisors, I know Debbie Taylor, on behalf of her clients, donates to Heifer International each year, which is an organization that provides women in third world countries with agriculture and farm animals that they can use to then kind of produce their own money and make a living. So there are a lot of charities where you can kind of make that donation on behalf of your clients, especially if there is a charity that's really close to your clients. I know some advisors have surveyed their clients in the past saying, like, we're thinking about these 3 charities, vote on it here. You can make it kind of fun too, like maybe, make it so there's like a game involved with it where people are really involved in choosing, where that money is going to get donated. But that's a really nice kind of way to recognize your clients during the holiday season, and also either give back locally to your community or to a broader organization out there that means a lot to you. Again, a way for you to kind of show your personal side to clients too. If you're picking the charity that means something to you, being able to explain that to clients and, show them the impact of that donation can be really nice. A lot of those charities too will kind of give you like a little card or a little info card that you can send out to your clients so they can really understand what that charity does and what their gift to that charity means for someone at that time of the year. So I think looking to a charitable organization is great. And like you were mentioning before, Sean, there are a ton of places out there that are kind of have this charitable background, but you can still order physical gifts through them, whether it's, cookies or pies or something like that too. So you can really kind of combine the two too, where you're making an impact in the community and also giving your clients a little gift.
Right. Okay. So if you're just coming on now, you're not stumbling into a Good Morning America segment. You are here listening to our November monthly marketing meeting, and where we tell you what to do in the beginning. And as we move through this session, we tell you exactly what to do. And we're moving into that part of our monthly meeting now, Devin. So you're running Advisor Client. It's a turnkey marketing program. If advisors follow and do everything you say, which isn't a lot, but it's important things each month, we know that they have very good marketing success. So what are we telling people what to be doing in the month of November?
Right. So each month we have a monthly theme that we organize all of our kind of client communications and educational touches around. So the theme for November is year-end planning. Our article of reprint, which you can brand with your personal information, it's been reviewed, you can send it out. Our article of reprint for the month is 7 questions to ask your CPA before year end. This is just kind of an educational reprint that will help your clients have that conversation with their CPA about things they should be thinking about going into 2022. It's also, I think, a good segue if you want to form more of a relationship with their CPA to be sending this out and including a note that you're happy to, work with the CPA on these issues, anything that is relevant to them, that you're happy to kind of collaborate on that. So that could be a way to get that introduction and start working with the CPA as well. But it's just a nice piece to send out and get clients thinking about what they should be thinking from a tax perspective, kind of at this point of the year. And right now, taxes are, what people are talking about. So this could be really relevant and informative to your clients to get in the month of November.
Good. And what about our handouts for this month?
So we have the Last Chance Financial Planning Checklist, which if you've been on any of these monthly marketing meetings in the last 4 months, you probably heard us talk in depth about. But this is a 2-sided checklist. It's great for end of the year because it walks clients and prospects through kind of 8 different areas that they should be thinking about at this point in time, and asking them, if any of these are relevant to you right now, mark it on your checklist. Let's schedule a meeting and we'll go over it. So it covers things like retirement, health, family planning, investment, taxes. It's pretty broad reaching. So chances are your clients are going to have questions on at least one of the topics. And it's designed to really have those year-end meetings and be bringing clients in for year-end planning. Again, we've mentioned this in previous meetings. We also have a action webinar that goes along with it. This is a PowerPoint presentation that we've created for a lot of our handouts this year that just follows the handout to a T almost, but the thought is, you can invite your clients onto this webinar, quick 15, 20 minutes, walk them through the handout, get them to actually take the action of filling out the handout that you've sent to them. So it doesn't just, sit on their kitchen counter. They actually sit down and do it. And then are able to book that meeting really seamlessly through, your online meeting link of your choice, Calendly or something like that. It's just another way to kind of touch base at the end of the year too, to invite them to this quick, informal meeting. And, it could be in the morning, bring your coffee and go through it. And again, it's just a really kind of informative way to be thinking about year-end planning. So the Last Chance Financial Planning Checklist is something that I would recommend if you have not sent out already to personalize that, download that today, order your hard copies, get them in the mail, because this is one of our most popular pieces and it really does work being able to send it out.
Yeah, we have a question from somebody asking, how can they get this material? So to be clear, the second half of our presentation, we're talking, as you can see there on the screen, about the Advisor Client Turnkey Marketing Program. This is the program that Devin runs here at Horsesmouth. And so you would get these. The answer to that is you would get these materials by being either an Advisor Client member or being a Horsesmouth Master member. Master members have access to everything Horsesmouth has, all of our programs, so that would be the answer to that. Devin, what about the other handout, 50 things that financial professionals do for you? What's the story behind that?
Another really popular reprint that we have, we've heard from advisors year after year. They'll tell us stories where, their client took a meeting with another advisor because they didn't realize that they could help them with X, Y, and Z. And so it became very apparent to us that oftentimes your clients don't know everything that you do for them on a regular basis or everything that you can help them with. So when something new comes up in their life, maybe now they have a kid who's applying for college, they didn't even realize that you could help them with college planning when really you are capable of doing that and would love to help them with that. So the 50 things handout is kind of a fun year-end thing where it just lists, 50 things that you do on a regular basis for your clients. It reminds them, number one, of, all the little things you're doing for them throughout the year, which they might not see or understand, but it also reminds them of, these new topics that may have not been relevant to them in the past, which are now relevant in their life somehow, so that they don't need to go take that meeting with a different advisor. You're there to help them with all of these things. And just a nice little reminder piece. It's really a popular piece. Advisors like sending it out again, because it's that perfect reminder at year end of, hey, remember of all these things I've been doing behind the scenes for you, and that I'll continue to do behind the scenes for you next year.
Yeah, it is a great handout. It's evergreen, and it always sparks conversations with clients and prospects. So definitely something to send out in the month of November. So in our monthly marketing meeting, we talk about teeing up the specific tasks that are in front of you for this month. And then we also look ahead down the road 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, in terms of what you'll be doing in the following month. So you can start thinking and getting prepared for that. And so after November comes December, Devin, what are we telling people to get ready to do in December?
So our theme for December, like we were just talking about earlier with the gifts, is charitable giving. We know that many of your clients are very charitably inclined, like giving to charity, but some of the recent tax changes have made that process a little bit more confusing about what is the best way to be giving to charity from a tax perspective. So our article reprint for the month is new ways to give to charity while getting the best tax breaks. This was really centered around the changes that the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act brought a few years ago, which I know for many people in the business, that seems kind of like old news, but trust me, a lot of your clients don't understand everything that was in that bill and don't know how that affects their charitable giving. So that's a great reprint to send out, especially if your clients, like giving to charity. That's something that's important to them. Having that conversation with them about the best way that they can be supporting those charities, and also keeping their tax bill manageable is something that resonates, I think, a lot with clients. So that's kind of the article reprint for the month that we recommend sending out. And for all of the article reprints that we recommend, we also have a cover letter that goes with all of them, which you can personalize any way you want. But that way you can be emailing this out to clients, and it has a little bit of context to it. We kind of write up a couple paragraph little intro. So when they see the reprint later, they have some context of what that's all about. So I just wanted to add that too. For all of the reprints we mentioned, there are cover letters available in our advisor client program. So you can kind of send out a full, nice email with all of that. Great. And our handout for December, it doesn't necessarily have to do with charitable giving, but this is probably our most popular handout that we've ever created, is our preliminary key financial data card. I say preliminary because we usually finalize it the end of December or January, depending on what Congress decides to do with any sort of changes to the tax code. But we have the preliminary version ready based on proposed IRS numbers. And this handout covers everything that you would need to know numbers wise going into 2022. So tax brackets, Social Security numbers, Medicare numbers, retirement contribution limits, important tax dates, capital gains, child tax credit, like everything that they could possibly wonder about is in this handout. So this is great to send out to clients and prospects, but also to your COIs, specifically CPAs. Absolutely love this card. Even though like they work with these numbers every day, nobody can memorize all of these numbers. So they love having this handout, especially a hard copy of it that they can refer to. And again, this is all of our handouts you can personalize with your information. So it has your photo and logo on it. So every time they're looking at it, they're reminded that you sent them this little handout, and if you're kind of that referral top of mind partner too. So for our advisor client and master members, you can access the preliminary version through advisor client under campaigns. This is the campaign page, and you can get your free PDF here. And it's available in 8 different colors. So we'll just click on the blue so you can kind of see what is involved here. And then if you're not a member of advisor client or a master member, you can also order this standalone too. If you go to horsesmouth.com/key data, you'll be able to order it too. So if you're not a member but are interested in this, you can access it. But you'll see here, again, it covers a ton: tax rates, standard deduction, gift and estate tax, education credits, tax deadlines. It's two-sided. So then we go into retirement, Social Security, long-term care premiums, Medicare, The new uniform lifetime table that finally went into effect is going into effect next year, has space for your disclosure. Again, you can personalize it with your information up here. You can choose a color that best fits your branding. It's available as PDF and hard copy. And of course, right now, you'll see that there's a lot in red right now. These are all preliminary numbers still. And when they are confirmed, they will change to black. And you will get an updated PDF. You'll have access to an updated PDF as soon as those changes occur. And then once we finalize and Congress decides that these are the numbers for the year, we'll also go to print with them. So if you order the print copies, you'll be able to get those too at the beginning of the year.
Right. And we want to encourage people to go ahead and order your 2022 final version. You'll get access to preliminary instantly, and you can do it with it, as Devin was mentioning. You could send it out to clients now, put it on your website. It is preliminary, but you're going to get the full printed key data when it's final, when it's finalized and goes to print. And if you order it now, then your print versions will come out first, because we get, a lot of advisors do this, and it's all personalized printing. So it takes a little bit of time for the printer to move through all these orders. So the sooner you order it, the sooner you'll get it in January when it is finalized.
Good question from Seema. Is it available in Savvy Tax Planning? This is available. The free PDF is available to advisor, client, and master members, but anyone can purchase the PDF and hard copy version of it, but it's not part of the Savvy Tax Planning program. So again, if you want to learn more about it, you can go to horsesmouth.com/key data.
Yep. It's a good one. People love it. And I think the message it delivers when you're getting this from your, if you're a client, you're getting this from your advisor, you see this come in, and, it's kind of like, it's a little deposit in the bank of, yes, I've made the right decision. My advisor's all over this kind of thing. I'm not crawling all over these, columns and rows, examining it very closely, though there are some people who do, the type of people who basically do their taxes before handing it over to the CPA to actually do the taxes. And they're very interested in this kind of stuff. And as Evan said, CPAs in your area, some advisors have great success sending, they got 25, 30 CPAs that they have on their list, and they send this to them every year. Some referral relationships have developed over the years. So it's a great resource to be sending out to your strategic allies, and not just your CPAs and accountants, but state attorneys, other attorneys, and other business people interested in this kind of thing as well. Okay, does that wrap it up for us, Devin?
Yep, that's all I have for this month.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks so much for being here and listening to our monthly marketing meeting. Good luck. We'll see you again next month. Take care.